Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So this is my second reading today as promised. And if you watched my first one, then you will understand why this one is relevant. Because my first one's conclusion was that Harry is not really thinking about going back to the UK. Although he has pondered that thought, he did have thoughts about that, but he did not contact William, and he's not really thinking about it, and he is pushing forward with the same narrative, with the same resentment and vengeance. And although they are saying that they are not going to talk about the royal family again, this is their only currency, and this is the only thing that they can talk about. And this is the only thing that Netflix and others are interested in. So nobody really wants to see Meghan as an actress in any movie, and nobody really wants them to produce a sequel or a prequel to Charles Dickens' books or movies or TV series. Nobody's really interested in a rom-com from Meghan and Harry. Their only currency is really to talk dirt about the royal family, or maybe Meghan can talk about her own family, but nothing more than that. Okay, so with that, if you know the motivation specialist channel, and I will link below that video, he talked about a headline that was, or an article that was put out on page 6, that Harry is now talking to all sorts of producers about selling the movie rights for his book Spare. And Neil Shaw spoke today about the Penguin Random House and their expectation of Harry producing the second book in the series, and whether or not it is going to come out when they want it to come out, because I understand that they want to bring it out at the same time that the first book came out. Now, Harry said that he has material for another book of 400 pages, so it shouldn't be so hard, but I'm not sure that the same ghostwriter, J.R. Moringer, will be willing to work with Harry once more, and will they find another ghostwriter that will work with Harry? That is another question. Okay, so what is Harry planning? So I'm going to once again start with the BS detector about the movie rights for Spare. And as I have done with my recent readings, I will move forward from there on. And before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading, it is vibrational, it is open to interpretation, it exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such, may or may not be true, so please do your own research and decide for yourselves. And as I said in my last reading, I'm using similar tarot decks and oracle decks in this reading as I did in my last, and this is the DRUID craft tarot deck. The main difference, well, it is different, but the main difference is that the cards are huge. So let's start by clearing the deck. And now let's start asking, so what is the truth with the article that said that Harry means to sell the movie rights for Spare? What is the truth and what is the line behind the information that Harry wants his book Spare to become a movie? What is the truth? What is the lie behind the information that Harry means to turn his book Spare to a movie? And will Harry be able to produce a second book by the end of this year? What is the truth and what is the lie behind Harry wanting to make his first book Spare a movie? And will Harry be able to produce a second book by the end of this year or beginning of the next year? Will he be able to produce a second year at the same time his first one was published last year? Okay, so let's start by cutting the deck. And the first card is a card that shows us the main, this is the main issue or the situation as it is. And what I'm getting here is the Eight of Swords. So first of all, we see that Harry is not getting ahead in everything, in anything. He's really shackled. He's really well. This shows us that he's not able to get ahead. He is blocked. He is shackled. Now, usually this is an emotional blockage because of inability to see reality, because of inability to cope with reality. This is about betrayal. This is about secrets that are kept. This is about a person that is unable to act logically. This is a person that the reality disrupts him and is unable to act because of that. This is a card of someone who is in desperation, depressed, and this is a card of lies, of concealment, a person who is helpless. So first of all, if we're looking at the whole picture, it seems like Harry is unable to move forward in any direction, not in a book and not in a movie, as a whole. So this is the main issue as it is. So let's break it to two options. So the first option is trying to sell the rights to make the Spare movie a Spare book into a movie. And what we're getting here is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is the card that I always tell you that this is Harry, because this is the deprived king. This is the person who is motivated by the need for emotional stability. The person that is always finds that he is not getting what he deserves, that he is, he's unable, he's the deprived king. He's the one who is the whiner king. He always cries that he's not getting what he wants. He's not getting what he deserves. But it's also a person who is slow, a person who is lazy, a person who is staying in the comfort zone, a person who is abstaining from the things that he needs to do. So if we're asking why is Harry is unable to move forward with anything that is connected with producing a movie from his book, it's first of all because he's unable to see reality and cope with reality, but because he's also slow, because also he thinks that that he deserves everything, and so he doesn't need to do anything, because he gets offended very easily, because he's holding grudges, because he's dependent in others, probably his wife, because he's procrastinating, because he's waiting for others to do things for him, because he's lazy, because he's slow. Okay, so the movie is not moving along. Okay, so what about the book? Let's break it. What is going on with the book? And we're getting the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is another 8 card. And the Eight of Pentacles speaks about working hard without getting a lot. So in this instance, and this card is badly aspected because it comes after the Eight of Swords, it shows us that Harry needs to work very hard in order to get his book out. But he is trying. This card shows us that he is trying to work on the book. He is trying to work very hard on the book. It's very difficult for him, but he's trying. This card shows us that he is sacrificing a lot of things without need. This is when this card is coming out as negatively aspected, it's a lot of sacrifices that are unneeded. So he feels that he's doing a lot, but he's not getting along because a lot of the sacrifices that he is making are unneeded, but he feels that he's making a lot of progress when he's not. He believes that everything is very hard to get, and that he's reducing his own worth. He's very greedy. He's looking at only looking at the possibility of what he can earn from this, not what the actual quality of the book, or how the book should be quality-wise. So this is about hard work. This is about being even a Sisyphical work. And he needs to work hard, and he's trying to work hard, but because he's blocked and because he is unable to cope with reality, it is not going very easily. Okay, so what is the lie behind the information that he was trying to that he was trying to sell the rights for his book, or second, that Penguin Random House are pushing for the book to come out on the same date that the first book came. So what are the lies here? And we're getting the will. So the will is the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune speaks about, well, doing whatever you can to control your own destiny. And this is about change. And this is about change that begins within and goes all the way to the outside. But because this is the lie, this card is badly aspected. And when the Wheel of Fortune is badly aspected, we see very bad changes. We see upheaval of faith, and this is what we see here. This is about a lot of bad changes that have happened. So first of all, as I said, nobody's talking about movies making a movie out of Spare. The changes in Harry's life are upheavals of fate. So if Penguin Random House want him to make a move, to be able to put out a book by the end of this year, then this is not going to happen, because all of these things are just bad changes. He is not being able to change for the good. He's unwilling to change himself for the good. So all of these changes are bad changes, and everything is just not going his way. Okay, so let's see what is going on with the book, okay? Because we can see that the movie is just redundant. This is not going along. This is not something that we should even ponder with. So what is going on with the book? So let's take another card and see where is the book, where is the book standing right now. And what we're getting here is the 8 of Wands. So yes, Penguin Random House want everything to move more quickly. This is what they want. And this is, as I said, this is the lie. So this is about, everything here is badly aspected. Okay? So as I said, the Wheel of Fortune shows us that Harry is going through very bad changes, a lot of upheavals of faith, things that he just cannot control. And the 8 of Wands is showing us that things are just, a lot of mistakes are being made. It's a lot of recklessness here. Penguin Random House want things to happen fast. They want the book to come out quickly. They want, as if you can just think about it, if they want the book to come out by the end of this year, they need the book right now in order to go through all of the editing and going through the all of the process that a book needs to go through before you publish it. So they want it now, but it only shows that it's difficult for Harry to cope with pressure, and he has adjustment difficulties. So this card, when it is badly aspected, it's about jealousy, it's about quarrels, it's about technology barrier. So we see that Harry is in trouble. Harry is being expected to bring out the book, to deliver the book to Penguin Random House. They want it, and they want it fast, and he has problem in working up for it. And this is the third 8 that we have here. Now 8s are, and this is important because we just have to talk about it. I always, talk about the numerology of the cards, and the 8 is the second card of the third cycle in the tarot, in the minor arcana. Now, the second cycle starts with the number 7, which is a holy number. And then the 8 is a number that adds practicality to the spirituality of the 7. So it's about being effective, it's about swift, it's about the communicative, it's about being full of patience and wisdom, it's about proficiency, and it's about flow, fast and whole. It's about changes, eternity, and ability to move to the next stage, opportunity for growth. This is the number 8, and we have 3 8s here. So since we have 3 8s here, this is what Harry has in store. So these are the things that this is what Harry needs to be has ability to harness. He has the ability to harness practicality. He has the ability to have effectiveness, communication. He can be effective. He can have produce exceptional work. He can do that. He can work fast. He can work in a way. He can change. But since it is badly aspected, everything is happening to the worst. And everything is just not moving forward. And all of these changes are happening fast, but are upheavals of fate. So instead of moving to the next stage, he's going backwards. And instead of getting proficient, and instead of working hard, he is being lazy and procrastinating, and he is not seeing reality as it is, and he's being blocked. So instead of moving forward with the Eight of Wands, instead of harnessing the power of the Eight of Wands, he's blocked with the Eight of Swords. So this is interesting that he has the ability, he has the possibility of becoming more efficient, but he has too many blockages. Okay, so this is the lie. What is the truth behind all of this? And the truth behind it is the Five of Cups. Interesting, because the Five of Cups is about a person, or the archetype of a person that is desperate. This is about desperation, and usually it is unjustified desperation, because it is a person that doesn't see that he has two cups that are filled, and he's only concentrated with what he doesn't have. He doesn't see the full half cup. He sees only the half that was spilled. And this is unjustified despair, because, and once again, it's a person that doesn't see reality. This person is not connected to reality, because reality is better than what he sees. He doesn't see that. And he is lacking trust. He is desperate. This is a card of someone who's thinking about separation. This is a card of someone who is pessimistic. This is a card of someone who has no communication, lack of trust, feels lonely, passive, paranoid, not motivated, and a person that wants to give up. Okay, so this goes very well with the King of Cups. As I always tell you, the King of Cups is a person that feels that he is getting desperate. And this is the truth behind everything. Harry, we always say that Harry doesn't look happy because he's not happy. He's not happy. And we say that over and over again. And this is the truth of the matter. He's not happy. So what will happen in the aftermath? How is it going to pan out? So here I'm going to look into the current spare book and to the next book. So what will happen with the spare book that he already published? Will it become a movie, or will something happen with it? And what we're getting here is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is, it's a maybe, but it is a card that is talking about getting off the fence and doing something. It is another five. So in order for spare to become a movie, Harry needs to get off the fence and to do something, to start being active, to start taking an action, to stop procrastinating, to stop waiting for others to do things for him, and to start doing things in order to achieve it. So he cannot expect this to happen if he's not trying to do something. But as long as he's not really doing it, as long as he's stalling, as long as he's passive, then it won't happen. Okay. Will he be able to get the book out by the end of the year? The answer is Seven of Wands. And this is another maybe. And I always tell you that the Seven of Wands is the archetype of the card of someone who has ADD. This is a card that speaks about being able to take out all of the things that are not important and to concentrate on the most important things and take away all of the trivial things, put aside all of the trivial things. So if he wants to be able to get the book out by the end of this year, he will have to concentrate on the most important things and put the trivial things aside. So he will need to focus on the goal. He will have to leave his ego aside. He will have to stop making mistakes. He will have to be very concentrated, and this is a very difficult task. This card, when it comes out, usually shows us a person that is confused and getting lost in details. So if he's not attentive to particulars, if he's not focused, then he won't be able to do that. So this is a very big maybe. This is not a yes. This is not a complete no, because wands are creative cards as a whole, but if he's unable to focus, if he's unable to take steps, and as I said, and these are not positive aspected when they come after the Five of Cups, so it is kind of badly aspected, and it shows us that he has a tendency to procrastinate. He's looking for excuses. He's starting to look for excuses right from now why he hasn't succeeded in both tasks, not in making his book a movie and not in producing a second book. Okay, so this is the tarot. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the SIECLE KIPPER. This is the KIPPER deck by Ciro Marchetti. So as I said, this is a KIPPER deck, but this is an enlarged KIPPER deck. It includes all of the mystical KIPPER cards, but a few extra ones. So I am going to ask for a card that represents Harry. While he's writing his second book. So what card represents Harry while he's writing his second book? What card represents Harry while he's writing his second book? What card represents Harry while he's writing his second book? Okay, so the card that I'm getting is High Honor. Okay, so this card represents success, but it also represents someone who is receiving honors, medals, trophies. And I think that this card came here because Harry is going to concentrate more about his military career, about the honors that he received. I think that this is going to be the biggest, his biggest focus when he's writing his book. and this is what he's going to try and focus on, and maybe more about that and less about his family, and maybe Penguin Random House won't be too happy about that. So the second oracle card deck is the DRUID Animal Oracle, and here I'm going to ask for a card that will give an advice for Penguin Random House. What should they do if they want the book to come out in time? So let's clear the deck. Okay, so what should Penguin Random House do if they want Harry to produce his second book on time? What should Penguin Random House do if they want Harry to produce his second book on time? Okay, this card fell, and this is Air Dragon. Okay, so let's see what the book says about this card. Okay, so the Air Dragon, which is called also DRUID, is the conveyor of luminous power and brings insight and clarity to the thoughts and to imagination. So he's a symbol of visitation. So it's about inspiration, it's about insight, and it's about vitality. But this can also show that they can be in danger of becoming the servant of an idea, of a dogma or belief system. And sometimes they need to check, to do some kind of reality testing or a reality check to avoid becoming delusional or to produce inflation. So this, if in relation to Harry's books, is something that they should consider, that maybe they are captivated by an idea that is not such a good idea, and maybe they are delusional by by the success of the first book, and they think that this could be a great idea to have a second book, but this is not so much, not so much. So this is something that they should consider. They should have a reality check for that. Okay, the third oracle is another fairy oracle. This is the Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay. And this is for us on dealing with the misinformation that Harry and Meghan put out there, because I think that most of the information we're getting is misinformation that they are responsible for in order to keep themselves in the limelight. So what should we do with all of that misinformation? Okay, so clearing the deck once again, dealing with Harry and Meghan's misinformation. Dealing with Harry and Meghan's misinformation. card that I'm getting came up. It came in the reverse, and it's the stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Okay, I would like to see if there is a message for the reverse. Okay, so no, there is no different message for the reverse, but the expanded message of this card is about, it's about getting perspective, it's about illuminating the current situation. So this card is talking about finding ways of illuminating this situation or illuminating this misinformation that we're getting, and getting perspective and realizing what is true and what isn't true. And what is an illusion and what is not. So when you do that, then, and sometimes you can do that by stargazing, then you can find what is true and what is not, or by tarot. Sometimes you can do that by tarot. Okay, so this is it for this reading, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.